Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Amnesia Memories. So, like in the last two videos, I do apologize if you can hear the fan in the background. Anyways, let's jump in! Good morning, Elizabeth. Today is another half day for you. It looks like you've gotten a lot better now, but you still should take great care and not overdo it, okay? Yeah, you're in a lot less pain today, and you've gotten the hang of this a bit more from last time. Today should go well. Alright, do your best! Welcome back, Master. May I take your order? Have a good day, madam. We'll be awaiting your return. Alright, perfect. It's going well, Elizabeth. Looks like you've gotten used to it already. Maybe it really does suit you to have Shin boss you around so strictly. No, I'm gonna say we could do without any more of that. Whew, half a day sure flies by when you're working. Good work. At this rate, you should be able to go back to full-time next week. Seriously, when I heard the news from Mine, I was in a complete and total panic. My hands were trembling quite a bit. I ended up dropping plates in front of customers several times. Manager, you were really that worried? If that pretty face of yours had been injured, this cafe would have lost its poster girl. How frightening. Really, everyone was so shaken up at the time. Toma was especially bad. Hey, you don't need to mention that. But it was pretty crazy. You were shouting at Shin, and then you ran off. Sawa was on the verge of tears. That should be expected. For Sawa and me, that was really an incredibly worrying moment. And yet Shin was so calm. What? Mine? To be honest, I was kind of scared. His girlfriend fell off a cliff right in front of his eyes, but he was still super calm. He called the police and explained the situation, and he didn't even make an effort to search for you. There's nothing wrong with what he did. He might have looked calm, but I'm sure he was beyond shock too. And I heard some scary rumors about Shin's dad being a murderer. It wasn't murder, it was involuntary manslaughter. Even if he didn't intend to... Oh my gosh. Intend to kill he killed someone. Isn't that the truth? I heard he got drunk and got in a fight with some guy. Couldn't that personality have been passed down to Shin? When I think about that after what happened that day, it makes me really scared of Shin. I'll seriously get mad if you say any more. It's true that Shin's father got in a fight and killed someone, but that has nothing to do with Shin. And it's not like you know the details about that incident, or do you? Mine, do you really believe rumors over your friends? I'm sorry. That was terrible of me to say. Yeah. Thank you, Toma. I was just defending Shin. There's no need for you to thank me. Although I understand why you'd be thankful toward anyone who defended Shin. Alright, that's enough. Shin might be a lonely kid, but he wouldn't hurt a girl he cherishes so much. There's no reason to doubt him. Anyway, why don't we all have lunch? Even though the manager said that, it sounds like there's a lot of people who suspect Shin. That's probably because his attitude is the type to rouse suspicion among people who don't know him. What do you think? Well, I'm starting to feel anxious. Well, I don't think he did it at all. August 8th. Got time? Want to go somewhere? He shows up without calling or texting. That's the first thing he says when he sees you? You could ask him about your injuries. Or ask how work's going or how you're feeling. At least something nice. Before we go to the park or to the school with Toma, That's about all I could think of. Whoa, he wasn't talking about a date. This is to help recover your memories. Hey, in that case, wouldn't it be better to talk about the accident than about elementary school? I think it's not bad to ask Shin anything and only hear negative rumors from other people. But you also still need to ask Shin about the memory you have of him finding you that night. I see. So I found you, huh? I don't know what you're remembering, but I never found you. Toma and the others are right. The people who found you were those two guys, Iki and Kent, who just happened to be staying at the lodge. I heard Iki is a college student and Kent is a graduate student. That's all I know. So even Shin is saying that the others are right? I waited at the lodge for the ambulance and the police to arrive. I knew the police would want to question me anyway. Someone had to stay at the lodge to relay the information to them. It would just make things faster for me to be there, since the police would have called for me anyway. I see. So Shin didn't search for you so he could explain things to the police. That actually sounds pretty reasonable. After you were found, the police car and the ambulance arrived, and I was taken to the station. Our testimonies were different, so the police decided they were going to keep me in hold for a day. But the differences in our stories were really minor. In fact, I lied about them. Wait, why would he lie about something like that? Now that I think about it, I should have told the truth from the start. I think I was just upset. You said, I ran because he was teasing me in your testimony, but... I said, I jumped out at her from behind in my testimony. In reality, what you said was closer to the truth. From your footprints, they determined that you ran away from something before you fell. There wasn't really much reason for me to lie about it. That's just what I happened to tell them. Because you see, at that time, I was actually asking if I could go to your room that night. That was hard to explain, so I just ended up making up a stupid lie, like that I jumped out at you from behind to scare you. Well, it's true that would be hard to tell the police. Not only that, but you ended up running when he asked. I actually wasn't kidding at the time, so what you said is technically a lie too, if we're gonna go down that road. Although, it's still a lot closer to the truth than what I said, but it wasn't anything that was super serious either. It's just that nobody but us knew what we were talking about before the accident, and the trail of footprints was there. It might be trivial, but I still lied. Of course they would suspect me. The only reason I was released was because you cried and defended me. I'm really thankful. I see. It sounds like you really liked Shin before you lost your memories. You ended up with fairly minor injuries. I guess the police didn't see the need to press further. Anyway, that's my side of the story. Do you believe me? Yes, I believe you. I see, thanks. Well, I shouldn't be the one being comforted. You're in way worse of a situation than I am. I'm pretty worried, and I'm totally serious. Sorry. I probably should have told you about all this sooner. Having you ask others just made things more problematic. When I tried to talk about that day, I remember really awful things. Like your scream when you fell, and how long I had to wait before the people looking for you came back. And then you were brought back covered in blood, and all that time I was being questioned without knowing how you were. I saw the cuts on your neck when you were brought back. It looked like you were bleeding a lot. It's a miracle you got off so easily. I heard later that if they hadn't found you as soon as they did, you might have died. I was even thinking that it was my fault that you almost died. I'm just so weak. I can't forgive myself. I couldn't do anything, nothing at all. You were right there in front of my eyes. Just a few seconds before you were in my arms, but then... Sorry. I still don't want to think about it. I don't think he didn't do anything about it. He said you might have died if you were found later. If Shin had run off by himself to look for you, it might have been too late. Shin, your quick decision to ask everyone for help is what saved this girl's life. There's no doubt about it. I was saved thanks to you, Shin. Yeah, you said that plenty of times. You say the same thing every time I apologize, even without your memories. But if I had been more careful about our surroundings, you never would have fallen in the first place. That fact won't change. This is my fault. Hey, Elizabeth! Shin is really sorry about this, but he doesn't seem like a person who would try to hurt you. Your injuries were just an accident, but then again, what was that mysterious memory? It must be some sort of mistake. I don't think so. Haha. Oh gosh. My back just cracked. Oh, that hurts. August 9th. Well then, Elizabeth, first I'd like to congratulate you on your recovery. Well, who's this? And also, I was going to congratulate her first. Don't steal my lines. I was really surprised to hear about the incident the other day, and it seems Shin has been released. To be honest, I was always interested in knowing whether you two were actually dating, but that time was especially... Hey, owner, good morning. I'm surprised to see you here. I wouldn't have thought the owner of the Shinanoji Lodge would come all the way down. Did you come by today to give her some encouragement? Yes, I believed it would be quickest to ask the person directly concerned after all. Toma! Thanks for the who's who! I've been concerned for quite some time, but Waka insisted I wait until her wounds had recovered. Anyway, tell me, just how much water does this theory of a love triangle with you two and Toma hold? What? That's what you wanted to ask? Mr. Owner, it's completely false. But I heard that she had proposed to you in the past, Toma, during our chat over tea. What kind of questions does this guy ask over tea? That's when she was in kindergarten. It's a pretty common childhood thing. Oh. Toma, when we grow up, we should get married. Oh, so that memory was... Wow, you really did propose to Toma back then. I know it was only kindergarten, but do you think you made any promises like that with Shin too? Oh, Mr. Owner, I see you're here. Hello, Waka, beautiful as always. Oh, stop that. You really are a charmer, and even more so these days. Anyway, would you mind releasing our employee now? It's about time to open the cafe. Oh, yes, of course. Go right along, Toma. Elizabeth, does this mean you're supposed to stay behind? Okay, Toma, let's open the cafe. Sorry, Elizabeth, I can't do any more for you. Oh, no, there they go! Now then, Elizabeth, we should be able to talk in peace about the incident. It looks like you have no choice but to go along with it. But still, it's not like you know much more about the incident than anyone else, right? Wait, but this person is the owner of the mountain lodge that everyone was staying at that day. Doesn't that mean he was there when the incident happened? If that's true, then he might know a lot more about this than we do. We should be the ones asking him questions. Were you searching for me as well? Of course I did. I know the area better than most others, so I figured I'd be the first to find you. But the person who found you first, Kent, his actions were most impressive. It seemed like he and Iki were calculating something, then they ran off and brought you back immediately. I'm sure they were checking altitude contours on the map, then made calculations based on the point from which you fell. He even checked your height and weight with Shin. What? Really? I guess he knows a lot about maps. If you're interested in the events of that night, why don't you try asking the other guests? I could give you the guest list if you'd like. Wow, that would be helpful. Since he's offering, you should take it. But this really is quite intriguing. The victim decides to reinvestigate the case, a true mystery in the making. I've read many stories like this for fun, but never encountered a genuine mystery myself before. Exactly what is this owner expecting out of this? Also, what kind of truth did you witness for yourself? Well, you're defending Shin. That I know for certain, but I'd like to know why. Do you have any sort of doubts about this accident? Was this truly an accident with no suspicions whatsoever? Well, I'm glad you seem to be enjoying yourself there. He also seems really fixated on this incident, but this was just an accident no matter which way you look at it, right? You also came here to work, but it seems like he won't let you go for a while. Oh my. It's Detective Owner! August 10th. Holy crap, the days are going by fast. I'm pretty tired, are you? Yesterday was your first straight shift, and then that weird guy showed up and started asking a bunch of questions. I'm sure your body is tired, but this isn't good for your mental health either. Try to relax a bit. You have today off, so you should try to get some rest. You've got work again tomorrow. I wonder if Shin will come by today. Well, speak of the devil. Wait, that's not Shin, it's Toma. Hey, you free today? Toma seems like a really kind and easygoing guy, but he actually acts kind of like Shin sometimes. Maybe this is just how childhood friends act around each other. What are you doing here, Toma? Are you guys up to something? Whoa, Shin's here too! No real reason. She just had a long shift yesterday, so I just came to see how she's doing. I'll get going now. I didn't have any plans with her, and you got here first. I'll just leave. Wait, what? Why is he acting like this? Why can't all three of you hang out together? Let's see. Sorry, Toma. Shin and I were going to go out. Alright, I got it. You two, or have fun, you two. Sorry. Anyway, let's go somewhere. Do you mind if it's crowded? We should go out to eat. Going out again? That's fine, but watch your health. If you take it too easy, your body will get weak before you even know it. And sorry guys, I bumped my mic. And then you'll have a really hard time. Oh right, if you're not feeling well, let me know right away. I'm not trying to push you to your limit or anything. Well, there you go, Elizabeth. I'm pretty worried about you too, but I think Shin's trying to show how much he cares about you. Aw, what a cutie. We're back! You walked around quite a bit, but you didn't seem to have too much trouble. Maybe it's because you got to take a lot of breaks. Anyway, I'll be going home now. Why are you making such a confused-looking face? You're still not recovered. It would be a problem if I came in now. Or are you sure that I'm your boyfriend? I guess he's right, Elizabeth. Then again, he did use his key to come into your room before. I guess that doesn't count? I've wanted to ask this for a while, but right now, how do you feel about me? Am I a childhood friend to you? Family? Or do you actually accept that I'm your boyfriend? Before, I was kind of forceful about getting you to accept me as your boyfriend, but now I'm confused. I did a lot for you to finally see me in that way, to have that sense of something more between us. But now I feel like I need to hold back. I don't want to end up getting treated as a brother again because of it. Since you can't remember, I'm going to say this again. I want us to be together, Elizabeth. I don't want to just be treated like a brother. That is kind of how I see you. That's not a problem. I'll make you see me as a man. Wait, you realize I said the same thing to you when I confessed to you before, don't you? But I'm older than you, you know? What does that have to do with it? You just happen to be born half a year before me. That's true, but also we've been together ever since we were kids. I can't just see you as a regular guy after all this time. Don't worry. I'll make you see me as a man before you even know it. We should go out. But if we do and things go bad, we won't be able to go back to the way things were before. I already can't go back. I can only see you now as the girl I'm interested in. If you absolutely don't like the idea, I'm not going to force you. But I can't just be your childhood friend anymore. That's not fair! That's like a threat! If you think of that as a threat, then maybe that means there's still hope? I'm sure that means you don't like the idea of not being able to talk to me. Of course I wouldn't like that. We've been together ever since you were born. Of course I wouldn't like not being able to see you. Then we should be together. If you were going to get a boyfriend, we wouldn't be able to see each other anyway. Either way, something would have to change. We can't stay like this forever. Let's date. Don't worry, you'll get used to the idea before you even know it. Why are you spacing out? Did you remember something? So, what's your answer? But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!